An impressive win here tonight, but don't forget he now has to face Keith Lee.
Before I get to my next match against Keith Lee, I have a few things I'd like to discuss. Hang on a second. Just let me gather my thoughts real quick.
Gather your thoughts or stall before you have to face a rested and motivated Keith Lee.
Okay, where was I? Like any top superstar would, I did my homework on Keith Lee in preparation for tonight's match. And I learned some very interesting things. See, this man is full of hashtags and motivational catchphrases, but it's all a bunch of lies. He's never lived up to a single one of them. Like, did you know that Keith Lee stole his parents' car when he was first leaving home to become a wrestler? I guess Grand Theft Auto is the true definition of limitless. Speaking of Keith's parents, turns out they didn't even want him to get into wrestling. They wanted him to continue playing football, but instead he quit, turning his back on his team and a free education that millions would die for. I doubt any of his coaches or teammates felt like basking in his glory after that. But after reading more and more about Keith Lee's backstory, one thing became clear. This is a pattern. He's always taking the easy way out, finding people who buy into his phony persona and enable him to receive countless opportunities after failing over and over again. Like, for instance, how he failed to make the cut at the Performance Center 3 times before he was bailed out by William Regal, who, to this day, continues to give him chance after chance when all he does is squander them. But this pattern really first started with Keith Lee's grandmother, who introduced him to wrestling as a young boy in Texas. While I can't go back and fix the giant mistake she made, I can put an end to it now. So Keith Lee, come on out here so I can expose you for what you really are. A fake, a liar, a failure, and soon to be
Wait a second.
former WWE superstar.
Keith Lee sends him flying to the floor.
Talk about a man's family and grandmother, and this is what you get.
Keith Lee's on a rampage. He snapped. Someone needs to stop him.
If anyone can talk some sense into Keith Lee, it's NXT General Manager William Regal.
And finally, it looks like cooler heads are prevailing.
He may have taken a beating, but I think this is what he wanted. He got inside Keith Lee's head, and now he has an important mental edge going into whatever their next encounter is.
Keith Lee is as tough mentally as he is physically. I'm not sure that strategy is going to work.
Did you not just see what happened? I think it's already proven extremely effective.
Wait a second. You gotta be kidding me. Is this what I think it is?
We saw him invoke Eddie Guerrero's name on social media, and Rey Mysterio was not pleased, but this is way worse.
Yeah, this must be what he meant when he said he was going to visit the WWE archives. What a disgrace.
If coming out here in Eddie's lowrider wasn't enough, now he's copying his mannerisms. This is pathetic.
I know we're supposed to be impartial, but I hope Rey Mysterio, or anyone for that matter, makes him pay for this.
Well, he's certainly going to get under the skin of Mysterio even further than he already has. We'll have to see how that plays out. This could motivate Rey and completely backfire on him.
Hey, I'm with Byron. I hope that's exactly what happens.
I can't watch any more of this.
Look, I could just approach this like some kind of farewell tour. A chance to show my girls what their dad looks like with a championship around his waist. A chance to stroke my own ego one more time, and a chance to remind all of you of a different era when this sort of thing was typical, almost expected. but I'm here to say that's exactly not what I'm gonna do. I've heard all the critics, like the former champion himself, that I was handed this Universal Championship, that somehow because of my friendship with the GM that I got special treatment, and this was basically gifted to me. So with that in mind, I'm gonna do everything in my power, even if it ends up costing me this very title, to prove the critics wrong. I'm gonna be a fighting champion and earn everything I get. I'm gonna do that by issuing an open challenge to anyone in that locker room to face me for this championship. And the open challenge begins right now. So who's ready to come out and face me? Come on, let's see what this locker room is made of.
What's going on here?
That's what's going on. The former Universal Champion appears to have cut to the front of the line.
Not what you were expecting, huh, Edge? Well, I wasn't expecting to lose my Universal Championship after your BFF here conspired to have me compete twice in one night, interfered in the match, and then pretended to be a referee and illegally counted the pin, basically handing you the title himself. But special treatment is the only kind of treatment you've received since you came back to WWE, isn't it?
I don't know what you're doing, but leave Adam out of this.
No, you don't get to talk now. This is my time. Like I was saying, the special treatment started when you just waltzed into the Royal Rumble after being gone for 8 years. No qualifying match needed. Then there were the WrestleMania matches, the WWE Network specials, all the TV time you took from superstars like myself. But worst of all, you were so insecure that you couldn't hang with today's generation that you had Adam Pearce hired as GM to give you the easiest possible path to success. And it worked!
What do you want?
I want to put an end to all of this. And I want my title back. So give me a rematch on my terms, or I'll take out your buddy here. Well, worse than I already have.
Fine, I'll take you on whenever and however you want. Just let him go.
Smart decision. Now run back to your BFF.
At least it looks like this is over with for now.
Adam Pearce is waylaid with the chair.
This is crossing the line.
Here comes Edge.
That just showed you exactly the type of person the former Universal Champion is. As soon as Edge was going to confront him face to face, he ran away as fast as he could.
That might be true, but the damage was done. He got what he wanted here tonight. We've been waiting all week to hear this major announcement from the NXT Champion, so let's find out what he has to say.
There's been a lot of rumors and innuendo going around social media the past few weeks, so I'm here tonight to set the record straight. My big announcement is that everything you read is true. I was, in fact, romantically involved with Candice LeRae before she married Johnny Gargano. That's right, she was mine before she was his. It all started in 2015 when Johnny Gargano had just signed with NXT. He put every ounce of his time and energy into making it here and becoming the Johnny Wrestling that you know today. But to achieve all that, he ended up spending more time with his tag partner, Tommaso Ciampa, than his romantic partner, Candice LeRae. Candice was lonely, and things got worse when her boyfriend didn't have the guts to ask NXT management to consider signing her too. She started to think that maybe he was intentionally holding her back, scared that if she got a chance in NXT, she would outshine him. Nonetheless, she needed a shoulder to cry on, and that shoulder was mine. We dated for a bit and it was okay, but then I got bored and broke things off. And that's when she went crawling back to Johnny. They ended up getting engaged and the rest is history. So that's right, Johnny. Everything you've seen and heard is true. Your wife is a fake. And if you or anyone else doesn't believe any of this, that's okay. Because I have proof of every conversation, every late night text, every DM.
It's Johnny Gargano. He heard enough.
And Gargano's taking it to the NXT champion.
Can you blame him after everything that the champion said?
Well, we don't know what's true or not, but one thing's apparent. Johnny Gargano is extremely upset.
We know these are lies, and so does Gargano. That's why he's so angry.
The NXT champion clearly wants no part of this. Happy to stir the pot and then run away.
He's not running away. He was attacked. You expect him to stand there and take that?
I don't know what to expect, but hopefully we get to the bottom of all this sooner rather than later. And the NXT champion takes control, Irish whipping Gargano into his corner.
Hold on, it looks like Dakota Kai is trying to remove the opposite turnbuckle pad.
Maybe she's fixing it.
Luckily, the referee saw her and will put an end to this cheating immediately.
Speaking of cheating, Candice LeRae now getting involved.
Candice LeRae with the jawbreaker.
And Gargano nails the super kick.
We have a new NXT champion. Johnny Gargano has done it again.
What a moment after all he's been through.
But it didn't happen without some level of controversy. Gargano's wife, Candice LeRae, now handing him the NXT Championship, and that's exactly what she did when she got involved in the match.
Dakota Kai would have done the exact same thing or worse. It doesn't take anything away from Gargano's win.
The former champion from behind.
And Candice gets sent flying off the apron.
She hit pretty hard.
And suddenly for Johnny Gargano, jubilation turns to concern for his wife.
We all just hope she's okay.
Maybe we do, but the now former champion looks content to have gotten some form of payback on the first couple of NXT, intentional or not.
I have a feeling this is far from over between these three.